Hello everyone, Luke Smith here to do another Cyraxx Wiki reading today. Device bricking, or bricking. This has happened all throughout many years in Cyraxx's life with many devices. With Cyraxx so attached to video games and social media, trolls naturally set their sights on destroying his devices, exploiting his extreme gullibility and immense greed. They have managed to repeatedly trick him into bricking his devices, for the most part using the same method, consisting of sending kill sticks disguised as USB peripherals to Cyraxx for him to plug in and destroy his devices. Needless to say, that it is a particularly efficient way to both get Cyraxx off his rockers and prevent him from potentially interacting with younger players in the light of his predatory behaviours. That was the main reason for bricking his consoles, so he couldn't chat to children. Consoles. Cyraxx received an Xbox One as a Christmas gift in 2022, and in early 2023 started regularly uploading videos of him playing games like Fortnite, which has kids he talks to on, Call of Duty, racing games like Assetto Corsa, Need for Speed and Asphalt 9, and watching movies. This was until it was bricked on the 29th of January 2023, not even a month later, by Liquid Chris, MF Goon, and the third assailant called Barbary. Starting the Xbox saga, Liquid Chris and MF Goon sent Cyraxx a USB killer in the mail under the cover of a buddy troll who told Cyraxx it was a jailbreak for his Xbox to put games on it. There's no such thing, by the way. I don't think so anyway. In a recording of the ordeal, after a long drawn out conversation with a buddy troll, Cyraxx plugged the USB into his Xbox and made it stop working. It does it instantly, or almost instantly. As soon as you plug it in and turn it on, you can't turn it on anymore, which made it stop working. This was met by confusion from Cyraxx until Liquid and MF Goon hopped onto the call, announcing that they hacked the call, intercepted the package, and that they bricked the Xbox with 10 gigawatt kill stick. After staring off into the void for a while, slammed his fist into the desk so hard it made the camera fall and raged out. And that was Cyraxx, by the way, doing that. The trolls then announced that they hacked into all of his accounts, while Cyraxx tried to fix his camera and raged out. Cyraxx would then go onto a panel with Music Biz Marty, rest in peace, on the day afterwards to address the trolls, where Cyraxx recounted the events of the Xbox bricking stream and talked about the backstory behind the stream while lamenting his dead Xbox. At the tail end of the stream, Marty mentioned a man called Stephen Morin offered to send Cyraxx an Xbox One free of charge to Cyraxx. Cyraxx would be preoccupied talking to Stephen for some time. So much that CIA hole had to tell Marty on stream that he couldn't show up because he was too busy talking to Stephen, barely holding in his laughter while talking to Marty. Cyraxx also joined in the stream and showed his dead Xbox. The day after, Stephen posted a picture of the Xbox as well as a shipping label that proved he sent it to Cyraxx. But by this time, Stephen's enthusiasm To help Cyraxx was warning him was warning due to him and his family receiving harassment from the trolls and people following Cyraxx. Stephen messaged Marty asking for help, and Marty encouraged him to redirect a package, which particularly made Cyraxx rage out. After Cyraxx got his Xbox bricked, Sally got in contact with a Norwegian man named Danny, and dishonestly told him that her disabled son broke his Xbox and that she needed help paying for it, saying that she'll split the bill. She didn't, and scammed him out of the Xbox, which Cyraxx did not mind, as they both equally dishonest. So even like Sally's conning people, another brick in the wall. The saga would be revived two years later, on March 4th, 2025, with Cyraxx once again showing no skepticism towards a random USB device sent to him by strangers online, because he never fucking learns. This time, a buddy troll gifted Cyraxx an Xbox controller, claiming that it was a high-end special edition made for drifting. There is no such thing, by the way. There's elite controllers, but not ones especially that can do like certain shit. Whilst chatting with his mysterious benefactor over Messenger, Cyraxx plugged the controller into the Xbox, which turned out to be rigged with a kill stick that fired the Xbox circuits almost instantly. This was initially met with confusion from Cyraxx, as always, who thought that the charging cord he used to plug in the controller was the culprit, but would soon come to realise that he'd been fiddled just like last time. Once the gig was up, Cyraxx set his sights on William Glory Hole, N-Word Boy, and Music Biz Marty, despite Marty's death a month prior. In a vague feel cool with someone posing as Marty, Cyraxx loudly threatens him into paying for the broken console, while Sally begs him to keep it down. The next day, Cyraxx makes a video where he attempts to play off the destruction of his previously of his precious toy as trivial, smugly claiming that it did not matter to him as he wanted to focus on PC gaming. Sadly for him, however, his PC would suffer the same fate 2 weeks later. Of note of this video, Cyraxx sounds meeker and his voice was noticeably hoarseness into it, suggesting at a prolonged intense rage fit over the night. In other words, Sally had to face the brute force of that shit. Xbox 360 re-bricking. On 23rd of June 2025, Cyraxx bricked not one but two consoles. This being his Wii and old Xbox 360 sent in by Buddy Troll. Subtly be damned, the trolls this time simply sent Cyraxx a USB drive claiming it contained mods and files for his consoles. Cyraxx produced a video where, after presumably bricking his Wii, he plugs the killstick device into his Xbox 360 while loudly exclaiming his suspicions that it was a killstick to show it was indeed a killstick device. Given that the Xbox 360 was reportedly barely functional, Cyraxx likely didn't care about it and bricked the console on camera to prove that the trolls were destroying his property. Like a bloody idiot. Third time's the charm. In December 2025, this is like the recent one, Cyraxx received a $700 donation from a buddy troll. Why the fuck would you send him so much money? Which he promptly used to purchase himself a brand new Xbox Series S. Isn't the Series S the budget Xbox console at the minute? Series X is a more like proper one. This consult only lasted a week before it fell prey to Cyraxx's stupidity and greed. This time, the booby-trapped device was a steering wheel controller sent to him by another catfish, Cassandra. Believing that William Gloryhole intercepted the package to plant a kill stick, Cyraxx went completely off the deep end by threatening trolls to round up vigilante groups and destroy their lives. The bricking of the Xbox was captured in a video call with Cassandra, the recording of which was uploaded in January 2026. After his Xbox goes MIA, missing without something I can't remember, Cassandra starts shedding crocodile tears, pretending to be devastated, and that she won't be able to watch Cyraxx drift around in Fozza. Cyraxx attempts to reassure her in an extremely unsettling manner, physically kissing and hugging the red webcam as he could reach Cyraxx through the object. That was I actually saw that video. That was fucking disturbing. Jesus. After this, he runs downstairs to whine at Sally about losing his Xbox again, to which she undoubtedly reacted with expiration and some relief that she was not the one who paid for it this time. Of note, during the unboxing, Cyraxx brandishes a box cutter, bragging about how Heather K forgot it behind when she moved out of 339 Lloyd Street, displaying an odd amount of pride in eventually offering his metal tool to Cassandra. Like a bloody idiot. PC bricking. Sometime in early 2025, Cyraxx was tricked by trolls to install a backdoor and the infamous memes Trojan malware on his gaming PC, allowing them to coordinate DDoS attacks and dig up previously unknown information about him. On March 21st of that year, a buddy troll approached Cyraxx proposing to help him get rid of the malware. The buddy troll then instructs Cyraxx to flash the BIOS while simultaneously rebooting his PC. Flashing is a firmware update procedure that can cause irreparable damage to the motherboard if performed incorrectly. Just as planned, Cyraxx corrupts his BIOS, preventing his PC from booting. While this can be fixed, it is extremely unlikely that Cyraxx has the technical know-how to restore his PC, let alone the financial means to buy new parts or new system. House bricking. Oh, I remember that. Didn't they hack his house or some shit? On his 35th birthday, Cyraxx received an Xbox from a mysterious donor through the mail. However, the Xbox was rigged to trip the circuit breaker of the house. How the hell did they get it to do that? That'd be interesting to find out. Despite the consequences of this prank being limited to 5 minutes of power outage, Cyraxx claimed it was a failed bombing attempt meant to kill him and his family. What a fucking idiot. They're like, seriously, how would you be able to rig an Xbox or a console in general to plug it in and take down the power in your house for a bit? I don't know if it's possible, but obviously it happened to Cyraxx. Cell phone. While not bricked, Cyraxx lost his cell phone in December 31st, 2025. During his escapade at Summit Mall. Oh yeah, because he forgot his charger and he didn't bother to charge it before he left. The phone either flew out of his pocket, oh he actually lost it, and into the snow after Cyraxx slipped and fell, or Cyraxx forgot it in the mall after attempting to charge it at a kiosk. Regardless, both scenarios show how careless Cyraxx is with electronics, likely because he paid for none of them, thus he has no concept of their actual value, thinking Sally can easily buy him a new one. Yeah, because he's a fucking idiot. And something is like my phone. I ended up buying my new phone. Well, phone a year ago, like buying it outright. I mean, yeah, I paid it using like in a payment installment plan, but still, it's like I just pay for it myself. You got to do things yourself nowadays. The post-brickening. Repeatedly losing his precious electronics had a noticeable toll on Cyraxx's mood. After losing both his Xbox and PC, Cyraxx took to YouTube to whine and rage increasingly, often about his lack of toys. He solely blames the trolls for the destruction of his devices, and thus thinks they should bear the brunt for replacing them. While the trolls indeed sent him kill sticks with the intent to destroy his devices, it is ultimately only his greed and impulsivity that got those kill sticks plugged into his precious electronics. In other words, you need to question, like, before you plug shit into your consoles that you don't know what it does. Several times. In addition, whenever Cyraxx lists the electronics he wants to replace. Hang on a minute. There you go. Someone just came upstairs, so I just paused it for a minute. Where the hell was I? Several times, in addition, whenever Cyraxx lists the electronics that he wants to replace, he has a habit of abusing his demands by either overestimating the total value or adding unrelated items such as a new gaming keyboard and mouse. Ever since the loss of his Xbox and PC in March 2025, Cyraxx has attempted anything and everything to get his hands on a new system, so he can fuck that up as well, most likely. That is everything. In other words, he doesn't want to work for it. He just wants it given to him. Actually, work for it. While he began to try begging online, the lack of results caused his patience to wear thinner, causing his demands to become more bold and aggressive. On the 16th of July, Cyraxx had a breakdown over buddy trolls not actually helping him to buy new electronics, betraying them as cowards for not buying him a new PC. Yeah, like, you're gonna say like, oh, I hate you because you didn't buy me a $1,300 PC. That shit. Get a job. No one will hire you, but get a job anyway. Like, buy things yourself. Don't force people to buy you shit. And diminishing the consequences of being doxxed or becoming unemployed as trivial. Despite there being no evidence that William Gloryhole was involved in tricking Cyraxx into bricking his electronics, Cyraxx has repeatedly accused him of destroying his property. It's not your property, it's the person who's paid for its property. Ever since he bricked his PC, promising to force William into buying him a new system, on the 15th of July 2025, a buddy troll fed Cyraxx with a fake dox of William Gloryhole. Now believing to have leverage, Cyraxx tried to extort William for a new high-end gaming PC by threatening to pursue his court case against him and ruin his reputation as a local businessman. The irony of Cyraxx constantly accusing trolls of slander or defamation while threatening to do the same to William was totally lost on him. Unbricked devices. A Game Boy Advanced, which I don't think you can brick. A laptop, which you can brick with a kill stick. A Kindle, I don't think you can brick. And his Apple Watch, which I don't think you can brick. I'm not quite sure. Of that, a laptop is the only thing you can, but knowing technology, you can probably brick anything. Okay, we got the sources right here. We got a comment. Let me read the comment by Joe a month ago. The most recent Xbox, unless there's been another one since, bricking in December 2025 was an Xbox Series X. Oh, so it was a Series X. Okay, yeah, because the Series S doesn't have a disk drive, and it's not as powerful. But the Series X does have a drive, I believe. You can clearly see this Xbox Series X in a video where he plugs in the electronically booby-trapped steering wheel. Yeah, so was it? I thought it was. This page was last edited on the 20th of January of this year. Yeah, right. That's actually quite a fun read. I'm not gonna lie. What's next for the agenda? We got romance next. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it. It's just this. So yeah. So yeah, that was the device bricking of the Cyraxx Wiki readings. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you guys next time.